as I'm sitting here, I'm getting ready to pick up my kids, but I just wanted to talk about something that I've been going through for five five plus years, and I think that I haven't seen enough like sit down talk videos about it. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about my anxiety. Yes, I have anxiety, and it can be really bad. Okay, so the first time I realized I had anxiety was around the time COVID had jumped off. April, May of 2020, around that time frame, I had, we had to wear masks and everything when we went into the grocery stores, and at first it was like no big deal to me. I had just had my daughter, and she was around 6-7 months. She was around 6-7 months, and I was by myself, living in San Diego, because my husband at the time, we're no longer together, he was out to sea, being in the Navy and everything. So it was just me and my daughter by myself, and there's this virus going on, and there's all these restrictions now. Food is disappearing off shelves, toilet paper is going missing. Like, how am I going to deal? And I have this baby, right? Even at work, like, I wasn't even going to work. I was working from home, and everything is shutting down. I had gone to the grocery store one day because I absolutely had to, and when I went in there, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, I had my mask on, and I had gloves on, and then I had my baby, and she had her mask on, and I'm carrying her on my hip, because at this time she's able to sit on my hip. And I'm walking around the store, and my heart is just racing. My heart is racing real fast. I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like a lump in my throat, and I'm like swallowing, and I'm like, I know it's nothing there. Like, I know I'm not tripping or anything. And I start to panic, but it's like I'm functioning at the same time. Like, I know nothing's wrong, but I'm starting to panic. And people that don't have anxiety probably think that it looks like a frantic person running around like cowering, hiding for their lives. But no, like, when I have an anxiety attack, most people, unless you're like my husband, you're my current husband, you're not able to know. I could be sitting like this and having a panic attack, or I mean an anxiety attack, and you would never know. You would never know, because that's how it is for most people. But I'm having all these symptoms and stuff, and I end up calling my grandma because something else very traumatic had happened in my life around that time. I don't know if y'all would want to hear what happened, but something traumatic had happened, and I called my grandma, and she said that she would fly out to San Diego. Her and my uncle would fly out to come see me and spend time with me, and I was very thankful for that. This was days later, after the grocery store incident. Day after day, it's like this feeling is not going away. Like, something is sitting on my chest, something is pressing on my chest. I can't breathe. I feel like I want to run, and I'm panicked all the time. But the outside is it just looks like I'm normal, like everything is cool, when that is not the case at all. Like, I'm constantly like swallowing, clearing my throat, trying to get whatever this heaviness is off of me, but it's not happening. So I eventually tell my grandma what is going on with me, plus like everything traumatic that had happened to me. Plus, I'm telling her these new symptoms that I have that are coming and attacking me. And she's like, it sounds like you have anxiety. And I was like, well, I never had an anxiety attack before, not knowing that literally that's what I was having. She was like, yeah, I have anxiety, and you really should talk to somebody about it, because it can get out of hand if you don't, understand it and try to get it under control. So I was like, okay, sure. But I really didn't pay too much attention to getting help, because I was like, oh, it's just anxiety. Like, everybody has a little bit of anxiety every now and then. No, my anxiety was serious. And now that I think about it, it probably wasn't the COVID that triggered me having anxiety attacks. It was probably the traumatic event that happened, plus COVID on top of that just kept, oh my gosh. So yeah, that happened, and I didn't get help immediately. So I'm having these on and off attacks. I would say every other week, or maybe once a month. Then my family goes home, a couple months go past, and my husband comes back home from out to sea. He passes away. It was very traumatic and an emotional time for me. I couldn't even say emotional, because I felt very numb, and people grieve differently. Me, I felt just so empty, and I can't put into words how I felt other than empty, because everything had just happened so fast, and my life had changed so drastically that now I'm a single mom, and my life just flipped just like that. And the anxiety attacks, they're now getting worse. They're coming, and they're staying more frequently. I remember after he passed away, I had felt the pressure in my chest for a month straight, just that feeling of an elephant sitting on your throat and not being able to breathe, and just always in constant panic and fear when nothing is really wrong. I felt that for a month straight, and I was like, you know what, okay, it's time for me to get help. So I went through the connections that I needed to go through, and I started talking to a therapist. And while talking to the therapist, it's during COVID, so you can't go see the therapist in person that I had, and it was really bothering me because I didn't feel no connection with who I was talking to. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a try and see what I could do, but I could tell that this is not gonna go anywhere. And at that time, I was getting deep into spirituality and crystals and incense and stuff, and I've since given that up, because the only real connection that I feel is with God and being a Christian. So spirituality was not the way for me. I don't judge anybody who does it, and I also don't shove a Bible down nobody's throat, but it just wasn't for me, and I've rededicated my life back to Christ, which has also helped me with my anxiety too. I started counseling. I would say out of 100%, it helped 10% just to have somebody to talk to on the phone about, how I was really feeling, but I wasn't really releasing anything, and the anxiety was it was still there. Now, something that did help after that month of the anxiety attack, I had a friend I could talk to about certain things, and he told me to do something to distract my mind. So at the time, the game Among Us was really popular. It's most of y'all know what Among Us is. So I would play 4 or 5 rounds of that just to take my mind off my anxiety. And by the time I was finished playing the video game, it would loosen up. It wasn't as strong as it was before I started playing the game. Now, to this day, I'm still tormented with anxiety attacks. Like, I just had one this weekend, but I'm gonna tell you what triggers my anxiety attacks. Okay, here's what triggers my anxiety attacks. One is caffeine. So energy drinks, iced coffees, and I love iced coffees. Hot coffees, anything with caffeine in it. If I have too much of it, like if I have a coffee one day and then turn around and have another coffee the next morning, I'm gonna spike my anxiety. The next thing is stress. So if I'm stressed out about a situation, or somebody has like a negative aura or vibe around me and I have to like work with them or see them daily, that's gonna spike my anxiety. Eating too much sugar, if I eat too much processed foods like fast foods, or if I have too much candy or anything like that, my anxiety is gonna spike. Like, I've been watching myself for the last 5 years, and this is what I've noticed. The last thing is not drinking enough water. If I don't drink enough water, I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. And I don't know the chemistry behind it or between it, but I need to be drinking water. And if I don't drink enough, or if my body hasn't seen water in a couple days, then I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. What I do to keep my anxiety attacks down, or to keep the anxiety away, is to participate in hobbies that I enjoy doing. So I do aerial silks or the sling. I go to the gym. I eat good food and hang out with my friends. Or you gotta live on like the healthier side of life. You can't douse in stuff that's low energy or not healthy for you. You gotta stay level. You gotta stay at least a tad bit more healthier than you were yesterday or last month. Next is praying to God. Now, whoever you may believe in or what you do to stay calm and peaceful, whether that be like meditation or, you know, praying to God, reading your Bible, that is gonna help a lot. And I swear, the anxiety attack that I had this weekend, it was weighing so heavy on me, and I was asking God, like, why am I being punished? Why is this happening to me? You said that if I believe in you, that I will have peace. And I was asking him to take the anxiety off of my chest. And the next morning I felt so much better after I fell asleep and cried my eyes out like a baby. But saying that to say that anxiety, that religion or spirituality will help you with your anxiety, whatever you're into. I don't know if I said it, but working out, if that's what you like to do, I would try that. Playing video games, anything that could take your mind off of it that is healthy. I know video games is not that healthy, but once you play and you really get into it, forget that you was even having an anxiety attack or that it was bubbling up. I swear it's all in your mind. Well, I can't say it's all in your mind because that's not fair, but I will say that you can take your mind off of it and it'll help you a lot. But anyways, I hope this video has helped someone with anxiety, because I don't see a lot of videos of like people sharing their story with it. And now like Doechie's song has gone viral and everybody's talking about it in like a trendy, cutesy matter. But really, like, I feel that song because anxiety is so real and it does like weigh on your chest, and there's no way to, like, in that moment you feel like there's no way to just make it all stop and just to calm down and breathe. But I just wanted to share my story. I hope this can reach somebody in some way. But that's what triggers me, and that's what I do to, you know, subside the symptoms. Anyways, comment down below if y'all have anxiety, if you were diagnosed, what year you was diagnosed, and what you do to keep calm. I would love to see y'all in my next video. My name is Maya, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. At the end of the day, we don't know each other, but I can hope we get to know each other. That's all I have. See you next video.